And here we go. Good day, everyone. How's everybody doing today? Hope everyone is having a spectacular pre-weekend or weekend or whatever it is. Oh, gain screwdriver. Put that back.
Ooh.
It's Saturday. You know, I was just thinking, it's funny. Monday we sit down because we're tired, but Saturday you think we'd be way more tired because, like, we've basically just ran the whole week, and now it's what it is. Massachusetts, Tacoma, Vancouver,
25.
Cincinnati, DIY guy. What's going on, man? Yeah, we should go on his show. We should go on his show.
You should go on shit.
Yeah, I won't cuss, I promise. There you go. 20 Parts to Life is trying out his Spanish.
Yeah. Taquitos, man.
Taquitos.
Taquitos.
The taquito story.
What is the taquito story?
The one where I had to go to St. John's Island to get the taquitos because that was the only thing with Haley, the nightmare. And all I had was taquitos because she was in one of those moods. We've lived this a bunch of times. It's okay. Just let it go.
Hey guys, from Vancouver.
Georgia in the house. Dean, you more than yes, we know. It's the Dean and Fernando, Dean and Nando show. Ooh.
That's right.
JVC or Kenwood, which one better for audio? When you're looking at straight Kenwood, straight JVC, basically the same. Where you get into the variation between the two is on the Exelon XR series. Mm-hmm. So the black box of joy. So for example, like the XR 1050 or 1000 or 1057, 1007, 990 whatever 7. Mm-hmm. Those are going to be the flagship premium brands. But if you're just looking at like the JVC, what is it called?
Well, the JVC 1000.
Yeah, the 1000W or
they have that technology that's for audio. They call K2. So
that's just a preset, though. It's not it's not the audio pack that's built into it. The XR has a better audio pack.
Yeah, I mean, but
no, I mean they both sound good.
Yeah.
I mean, you look at a 1037. The 1037 and the 1000W JVC are basically the same radio minus the volume knob.
Right.
And the interfaces are different because one is JVC, it has cool finger touch stuff, and the other one is Excellent, which we have great reviews on both the 1057 and the 1000W that we did in the
on the live show when Seth came, like he explained what was kind of the difference between those. So
Stereo King, Froze in the house. Oh, which reminds me, I haven't told you yet.
El Fernandez, what's up, buddy?
I haven't told you yet. For those of you that didn't catch Thursday's Side Jag, so let me go to the laptop for a minute. This was Thursday's Side Jag. This is Mr. Hi-Fi Vegas' son, Kyle.
Okay.
Kyle joined us, and we talked about the movie Tenet. And this week we're going to be doing Foot Fist Way.
Foot Fist.
Foo.
Foo.
Oh, sorry. Foot Fist Way. Sorry, my bad.
Okay.
Foot Fist Way.
Okay.
All right. And our guest is going to be none other than Fro.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah,
Nice.
Jason is going to be our guest on Side Jag. So
that's awesome.
Thursday nights at 9:45, promptly after Reverse Polarity, we head over to this, and Fro's house will be our guest. So Mr. Stereo Kings himself is going to be talking about Foot Fist Way. If you'd like to play along, you can find it on Amazon Prime as well as Hulu. So it's a free movie to watch. We try
awesome.
to keep them good. So there we go. That's what we got going on Thursday night. Could it be Thursday night?
Do you prefer Fernando or Nando? Doesn't matter.
Hey, you's usually what I call him.
It doesn't matter to me. You can call me whatever you want.
Have Soundman as a guest. Yeah, I think that would be fun. That would definitely be fun. But I mean, we've only we got to get past more than 4 shows.
Yeah.
So let's we've only done 3 movie reviews so far. So it's a building channel.
Yeah.
It's 167 subscribers. So
Ooh, look at that.
Go subscribe. Side Jag right there. Guy's perspective on movies and life. Check them out. It's fun. We have a good time.
Every Thursday?
Every Thursday at 9:45. We do it live. watching on my new. Oh yeah, John Niedermeyer just put in his new 1057 XR. And of course he used the HDMI so he could stream.
Yeah.
So very cool there.
Puebla, Peru. Look at that, man. We have a lot of people.
We got Mexico and Los Angeles.
Ooh, that's close to it.
Chew your beer. Ooh, that sounds gross.
You prefer Pepsi or
RC Cola?
I just like Nando or Fernando.
So, have you ever had RC Cola?
Yeah.
So if you had, okay, so obviously Coca-Cola is the winner, but do you like RC Cola or Pepsi? Can you? I mean, I don't even know when the last time I had.
I would drink either one. Like yesterday, we went to Buffalo Wild Wings. Right? They don't have Coke.
Really?
No, they don't. They have Pepsi. So it's Pepsi products. Anyway, so you know, I'm like, all right, sure. I drink it, but I just did like a sip or two, and that's it. I ordered an iced tea.
Hi-Fi. Fro is going to be our guest on Thursday. I haven't texted you yet. I'm sorry. I just found out last night, and then I went to bed. So
14.4 volts. Talk and Effect Thursdays. I like that.
Yeah. Dude, it's funny too because the Thursday show has become more car audio. Like right off the bat, Hi-Fi hits me with something, so he automatically, I just go right into 12-volt style talking, and I gotta widen this out. It's driving me crazy.
Yeah.
And so we've actually been doing a lot more car audio talk, which is funny because, but I mean, you know, tap is life.
Tap is life.
Did you try the? No, I didn't. We so it's funny you should ask about that.
Pepsi's never okay. Yeah, I mean, you know, hey, whatever. No, but I'm a Coca-Cola man. That's it.
Where did these go?
They're on top of the Bluetooth speaker. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I see what you did there. I'm like.
Do you recommend car audio shops in Dallas?
Dallas-Fort Worth?
Dallas-Fort.
I mean, we're just talking about Oscar.
Yes. I don't know where he is actually.
I honestly don't know.
But
he's in Texas somewhere.
He's in Texas.
Johnny Brolin is in there somewhere too.
Just Tint. I believe that's the name of the shop. So check it out.
So they drop these off, and of course, you know, they also do Museway now too. Is they're apparently the same distributor and or company. Well, this is a confidential dealer price guide, so I probably shouldn't show you the inside of this, but I don't know much about them. It looks like they use the standard DSP software that Alpine and everybody uses, which is nice software. I like it. It's simple. But as far as like this stuff goes, you know, I haven't had a chance to really play with it. I don't know if they're going to come to Knowledge Fest or not. I mean, it looks like it's nice looking stuff, but I don't know. You know, they made the EQ, you know, the 9-band EQ. So Paul got excited and he's like, "Oh man, they got my people's stuff," and I'm like, "Okay." That's what you know. Yeah. So one day we might get to play with some of this stuff. I don't know. We'll see.
Oscar the Grouch.
They haven't seen crossover specs. Yeah, I haven't really dug deep into it.
Yeah.
A lot of, when it comes to the Museway stuff, it's like, you know, I've heard nothing but really nice stuff about it. It's funny though. It's like you hear either really nice Oscar the Grouch.
Yeah.
You hear either really great stuff or no. Harman Kardon or Macintosh? We talking about home? I mean, let's be honest.
So if we just talk about car audio.
Oh, I'd take Mac.
Yeah.
Yeah. But they were both really, really unique pieces. Like, I have a Mac. I would love to have one of those HK amplifiers. You know, remember the one I showed you that had that big? That would be fun. Yeah. That would be neat. But, you know, right now the old car audio market is just insane. So I don't really see myself digging through to find.
Are you guys booked up? There is no car audio places in the Erlands.
We're about a month and a half out right now, I think. Depending on what you want to get done.
Yeah.
It depends. Like, it just depends on the day of the week, how many days the job's going to take, but typically it's about a month and a half to get that day that you want. DS18 candy amps. I like the
hey,
DS18
man.
stuff. That's fun.
Yeah, why not? The Museway 4-channel with the DSP, it's only $4.99 retail.
Yeah,
DSP software is pretty easy to use. Yep. I say for the money, it's $8.
And that's the thing. You know, yeah. I why not?
I think Macintosh versus Audiovan, I would take Audiovan.
Shut up.
Comes with Coke.
Oh yeah. You need help. You're dropping the ball, man. You're not catching these super chats.
I'm going to.
All right, so we got Adam. Do you know anyone that does an amazing job you do in Maryland? Want to get? Isn't that where Maddie's at?
Yeah. No. Maryland is what Ada is.
Oh, Maryland.
Yeah. Absolute Electronics in Rockville, Maryland. Check him out. He does awesome work. And
just tell him we sent you.
Yeah.
You guys have met Adam before. He's been on the show.
Oh, totally.
But yeah, no, definitely.
That's his house in Maryland. That's right.
What's up, guys? Hey, Dean, Fernando. It's hard to get in touch with Paul. Can you guys ask him please to call me? I'm the guy with the Mercedes with the
Felix V12.
No problem, man. I'll talk to him on Monday. He's already gone. So
thank you for the 20, man. We definitely gonna. I'm going to remind.
Well, no, I mean I don't know what he's waiting on. It's just a matter of booking the time. So.
Okay.
Frozen and Haley, 22 boxes of mac and cheese this time. No, don't. Really don't. Don't send her 21 boxes of mac and cheese.
She's gonna be 22?
Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy. You're old?
Huh?
You're old?
So are you.
What are you talking about?
Dude.
Just turned 21.
You're almost 40. You're as close to 40 as I am to 50.
All right, let's keep with the questions.
Pile or boss? Pile. 100% pile. I'll take pile every day. Dude, I used to rock a set of pile 12s back in the high school days. That was like my first big, like,
seems like we taking a lot of stuff.
Yeah, I mean, you know.
All right, Rich.
All right, go ahead.
Thank you for the 5, man. I have a 2019 Dodge Ram with the Amp Pro. What inexpensive DSP would you recommend for 2 amp setup? 6-channel amplifier and a mono sub for subs.
So 7 channels.
So that's gonna be 7 channels.
So we need,
technically
so we need 8.
Yeah.
8. Okay. Not the Dayton.
Mm-hmm.
Just put that out of your head, guys. I know you're just chomping at the bit to say it. DM608 will do it.
Yep.
You have the PXE0850X Alpine just shipped, so that'll do it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know which one.
I mean, the audio control, the A10.
It's funny
like
because he already had
the.
Well, because he already bought the because he bought the Amp Pro, he could have just got the DSR1 and just plugged in and done it.
Right, but
I mean, you still could, but that would probably be the cheapest. Would still be the DSR1.
I mean, you have the Tweak.
The Tweak would give you 8 channels.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, because that's 8 in, 8 out.
Mm-hmm.
So that would work.
Yep.
So I mean, really, when it comes to under, like, you're gonna spend somewhere between $350 to $500 is really what you're looking at. And anything in that price range is gonna be pretty damn good.
I would not pick the 360, just because.
Oh, that's an antique.
Yeah, I mean, but I mean.
I would do the DSR1 before I did the 360.
And yes, but definitely it's a channel out, that one. Yeah.
Yeah, that thing's old.
Yeah.
So the DSR1 would have been the best option because you could have just done for what you paid for the Amp Pro, you could have just done the DSR1 with the, it's either the ACH2, 3, or 4 cable, plugged right in and done the same thing and been able to remove the factory amplifier. The fact that you already have the Amp Pro, I get it. However, if you can take it back, that would save you even more money.
All right. Will the ANC and fake engine noise causes voltage to go up on a multimeter?
Yes.
The AC when you rev the, of course.
Yeah. So we've shown it a bunch of times on the RT. Obviously, look, you haven't coughed all day. We start the live show.
I know.
Coughing up a storm. Do you have a mint or something, or a cough drop? I mean, anyways, we showed on the multimeter. Basically, what happens is if you're looking at it, it like does this. It creates this really neat effect. So, yes, if you're not doing anything, the engine is just on. It's perfectly quiet, and the multimeter is sitting there flat, and you're connected to a speaker, and then the volume is all the way down, and you rev up, you'll see a voltage increase.
Yeah.
So, and then that'll be, yes, you have ANC, and you need to get rid of it.
Oh no, the 360. If you have it and you love it, yes, awesome. Yeah,
Hey, look,
it works. It works.
There's plenty of people out there that there's nothing wrong with the 360. All I'm saying is that since the 360 has come out, there's been a lot more advances in DSP.
Right, like
and
anything.
I would prefer to use something that's a little bit newer.
My favorite radio when they started, that was the 8400.
You talking about the Pioneer 4200?
Okay.
4000 series?
The 4000 series, before the 4000 series
It's a
came out.
5800.
That was the 5800. Okay.
Yes.
And that, oh my
was
God,
the-
that was the best.
Yes. You got a killer deal on it.
Yeah, now I hate radios.
Yeah, you got to get those Family Dollar Tree cough drops, man.
And yeah, I have it. I have.
Yeah, that's
All
the
right.
thing. Like the DSR-1 is better than the 360 when it comes to functionality. The 360 though is, I don't know. Who cares? Let's just move on past that.
All right. Ryan, thank you for the 10, man. I am an installer who can get my own system to sound the way I want. Tuning is hard to learn.
Yes.
Is there a shame in paying other shop to tune it for me? I'm kind of embarrassed to ask.
No, actually there's not. Jeff Smith makes quite a good living charging other shops to tune cars for him.
Yeah.
So he travels around, and some of the shops in town pay him to drive in and tune the car. They pass the cost incurred to have him come in and tune it.
Yeah.
I will say this before you go crazy and you're like, oh man. First off, there is a place for you to go that might help you learn how to do some of it yourself. They have 3 classes. It's Educar at teachable.com. They're 25 or $20 a class, so $60, 3 classes, 3 hours worth of classes, and you will come out with a 100% better understanding of how to use a DSP.
Yeah.
So before you go and pay someone else to do it, maybe spend $60 on yourself and go learn from Kenwood, who now works for Audison. He's the head guy for Audison. For
International.
training. International, not just U.S. He got the big cheese. Good for him, man. That's awesome. Anyways,
Yes. Congratulations, man.
no doubt. So head over there, pay for the classes, maybe do it this weekend while you're watching Fist Fu Fighter or whatever the hell that movie is we have to watch. And,
Kung Fu Panda.
see if that helps. Otherwise, maybe start saving up to go to a Knowledge Fest, hang out with some of the guys there, get some pointers.
That would be
It's
awesome.
always fun.
And you can always talk to Dean. You know, he's always available for anything.
But there you go. Thanks. Don't forget Dean has hundreds of videos on how-to stuff.
Yes,
do.
exactly.
Ken Ward does Audison training. He's the man. So yes, he does do Audison training, and Audison just hired him.
Like
So he's
Audison.
on payroll now. So he's actually going to be the payrolled Audison International.
So
man
now
of
the
mystery.
check comes from Italy?
The check comes from Italy.
Ooh,
I know, right? That's pretty awesome.
that is pretty cool.
That's like the dream gig.
That is a pretty good one.
Yeah.
Ooh.
No question about it.
All right, Fly99, thank you for the 5, man. Amplifier suggestion for 2 Morel Ultimo TI SC 10.4 subs. Morel says didn't make an amplifier powerful enough for them.
They don't.
They don't.
Correct.
No, they definitely don't.
No.
But it's like what you have.
You need a
at the
1,000
time.
watt amp. You need like a good 1,000 watt amp.
2,000 watts.
No, 1,000 watts. So just a nice 1,000,
No, yeah, that's what I'm
1,200.
saying. So it's 2
I mean,
cans.
you're gonna do. So I guess I would want to know what highs amp you had. You could do. Okay, It's not that the Morel doesn't make an amplifier to power them. It doesn't make one amplifier to power both of them. You could actually do two of the Morel 1.550s, one on each sub.
One on each sub.
But that's just not a really efficient use of power. So if you want to be all Morel, yes, you can. That's actually why I have the 550, which is what the amplifier we tested last week, because it is for my subwoofer. So yeah, you could do two Morel 550s, or, you know, just look at a nice 1000-watt amp. But I would want to know what you're doing on your highs, because I'd want them to match. That would be the thing. Like, you know, they have to match. So like, if you're going to do audio control on your highs, then I would just get the 1500 and have a little bit too much power, which is, you know, way better to go as opposed to going with the 800 not having enough.
All right. Does the High 10 support the high resolution cameras? I see an accessory harness listed, but not sure for what purpose.
The reason why they have that on there is because it supports a specific high-res camera through the HDMI port. When it's installed into a Chrysler product, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, they have a high-res camera in those cars that is only available to work in their systems. To keep it high-res, they make a device that switches that to, converts the Dodge over to HDMI, and then switches the HDMI input. So if you're using it for video, or you can use it for both, but it has a switching box. So that's where it's supporting the HDMI or the high-res camera. So they're very specific uses for it. But yeah, that's a nice thing about it when you put it in a Jeep. It's one of the only radios that actually keeps the high-res camera functioning. Alpine down-reses the camera to 480, which sucks, so it doesn't look as good. But dude, when you see that high 10 with that high-res camera playing on it, it's freaking gorgeous. The only other thing that gives you that satisfaction is when you do the Kenwood with the Kenwood high-res camera.
Dude.
Oh, that thing is beautiful.
Like that.
Just gorgeous.
Chemistry that they have is amazing.
Yeah.
It's awesome. I'm trying to put 4 PPS4 6, 2 per door. I think it's a Rockford, and 2 PP4 NT, 1 per door Rockford. But they offer me to buy PP4X crossover Rockford, I think. My question is, what's better, passive or active?
What's better, passive or active? Depending on how you're going to set up your world, I mean, active gives you way more control. So if you have enough channels to do it, obviously you'd want to go active. That's just really what it comes down to. If you have enough channels, there's no reason. If you have enough channels and the proper crossover, I would go active every time. For sure, I don't see it as a problem.
All right, Subaru Sti.
Oh, that was the one I was looking for.
All right, Subaru Sti. Dash corner location. It has a 2.5 middler.
Yes.
Adding tweeters, but cutting into the pillars. Aimed across the dash up to the glass, with the middlers aimed back between the seats.
Okay.
That's it. That was the question.
I mean, yes, you could do that. You just have to make sure you now turn that middler into a mid-range. So you're going to have to actively cross the middler over and remove those tweeter frequencies from it. So don't let it just play up. Actively cross it over. We had a situation, treat it like a three-way set, is basically what it is. We did a 4Runner this week where that's exactly what they did in the 4Runner. Somebody had mounted the tweeters right there in the A-pillars, going crisscross, had mid-range up in the dash. I think we talked about it on Instagram. Ended up sounding wonderful, but yes, you have to actively cross over that mid-range or you're going to get some weird stuff going on.
All right, I have to give you this one because it's like, what's up, fellas? I have a Kenwood DDX 5707 and I follow your videos from a long time, and I'm trying to mirror my phone. It's an iPhone.
Okay.
I purchased the 2 kits, including the ones that you recommend, and it still does not work.
When it comes to mirroring any type of phone, any type of device, whether it be an iPhone, Android phone, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
everything we've always found is it's 100% that cable. If it isn't using HDMI and you're buying the Kenwood CA-C3AV, if you're not buying the Kenwood CA-C3AV, then there's 3 different versions of that cable that exist, okay? And if you get, which we do have a video that explains what each one of those 3 videos is, you know, proper aux cable for video or some.
Yeah, because it looks so similar.
They're 100% similar,
and it's
but
like,
there's 3 different versions of it. If you have a TV, like we have a TV that's sitting in front of us that has an HDMI input, if you have the Apple Lightning adapter to HDMI, you should be able to plug it into your TV in your living room and see if it works. If it works there, then you're golden. So you know that's not the issue. So we always anytime we have a problem, we always go to a TV that we know the HDMI works on, and we go from there. So you have to test everything along the way. If it works and you bought like the iSimple, whatever the hell that Media Links, or I think is what it's called now.
Yes. iSimple Media.
That has RC outputs on it. You should be able to take those RC outputs into something other than your stereo and see if they work.
Yeah.
So you could using a TV or a VCR or I don't know.
VCR?
Yeah, something with analog inputs, you should be able to.
Who has a VCR?
I don't have a VCR anymore. I have no idea why I said that. But my point is test it on something else. What's up, Axeman?
Oh, wow, look at him. This is good. Did you ever install the AutoZone Prima system in Suscar?
No.
And does Fernando's wife have the stereo? No,
not yet. But we're pushing the clock on that one. That one's actually got to get done here real soon.
Yeah, like really.
Yeah. No, actually, I was planning on just putting the AutoZone thing in my car for a couple months, but I just got to get a month to do it at this point. Can you add the green brake wire to the ground behind the deck, or do it separately? If you're talking about grounding the brake wire on a Kenwood, JVC, Sony, yes. On a Pioneer, depending on which one, the answer is yes or no. If it's an NEX product, the answer is yes, but it won't work because you still have to do the bypass internally on the touchscreen. If it's an older unit or a non-NEX, then there's a micro bypass you have to buy because it has to be on, off, on with the emergency brake every time you turn on off the key. And if you have an Alpine, it definitely always will have to be on, off, on with either a switch or a micro bypass. So there you go. What is going on with Peter Pan? I keep seeing that. Oh, at Peter Pan. Okay. I like the Peter Pan ride. So, do you think the 51300 is too much power for the new Kenwood 7-inch and bi-amp mode? That's 120 watts times, or 100 watts times 4. It's a set of those. I mean, don't get me wrong, I would do it. There's no reason why I wouldn't do it.
Just set it out properly.
Yeah, because I mean, we've bridged an X90 1.5 on a set of those. Yeah, I think it'll be fine. I think that'd be nice.
Yeah, why not?
Mixing products, Sony Moscone or Bologna? Sony Moscone. Sounds like a bad name. It's Sony Moscone. How easy is the Kenwood HD? All right, hold on. How easy is the Kenwood HD backup camera to replace a factory Nissan camera? Ooh, I can tell you right now, it ain't gonna be
That was
easy.
awesome.
That's okay. So the one downside to that camera that Kenwood makes is it is not a mount-friendly camera. Like it basically sucks when it comes to mounting. That's the one complaint I have. It looks amazing. It mounts like poo.
Yeah.
The way they designed it, it's like the cable is a hard cable and it comes directly out of the back of the unit, like stiff, like it's excited. And it comes out very stiff and very straight, and it can't bend in a timely fashion. So, like, I don't know if you, plus, it's like it's a square box, and then the camera sticks out like 1/4 of an inch. It's very weird. I don't know of many factory cameras that it would just pop right into, because it's not that standard ice cube size that a lot of them are. So,
All right.
I don't think it would just go in there, which is a bummer because it's a sexy camera.
Remember to get a Kenwood dash cam. Yeah. Go to the Kenwood's website. Check them out. Do you see any problem reducing the 2 gauge to a 16 gauge? I ran
2 gauge.
2 gauge.
It can't be 2 gauge. 2 gauge to 16 gauge. That's like a wire the size of a 4 gauge down a remote turn on.
Right. I mean, I think it's 2 gauge, no? Or 20.
24. Gauge. I think it's supposed to be 24 gauge.
You think so?
I don't know. It would have to. Reducing. Alright, I don't know. Let's just.
So it definitely is a 5-channel amplifier and reduce it for a 4-channel. So.
No, you'll be fine.
Okay.
I mean, you wire size for mids and highs. Everyone always uses a way too big a wire. So, oversized 4 gauge. I think you'll be okay.
Oversized 4 gauge.
How easy? Okay, I did that one. Aside from available truck space, why would someone opt for 10s subs over larger 12s? That's just it. Aside from available truck space.
We just put 2 8s.
So the problem is when it comes to subwoofers, airspace is the key. Like you have to have the airspace. You also have to be able to fit the box into the car. The bigger the driver, like if you go crazy and get into some super 12-inch woofer, well, that becomes the issue. Is that like when you have these big warhorse style or warhead style subwoofers, going to big box is going to be an issue. Whereas if you're looking at something like, let's say you're looking at like, for lack of a better term, like a P2, P3, Comp R, something along those lines. It's like the difference between a 10 and a 12. They're not big giant woofers to begin with. At that case, if the box will fit, yeah, you do a 12. There's no question why you wouldn't. Some people like 10s though. I've literally had guys come in and be like, no, I like 10s. No, I just want a 10. I like the sound of a 10. It's like, okay. I'm not gonna.
Yeah. Whose birthday is coming?
Haley's.
Woohoo!
My sound shop is trying to sell me Hertz amps for highs and subs. MO Power 1, MO Power 4. I can't find much info on them. Are they any good? They are really nice.
Yes,
they're really nice. They're small, they're compact. But yes, the Hertz amplifiers, we don't do a lot with them just because we have other things that we like to use more. It's just one of those things that it's like, damn, why don't we use that?
Yeah.
I didn't think about it. But
because
no,
we have so much stuff.
I know. But no, they're really nice amplifiers.
Yeah.
They also make a really nice 8-channel DSP too. The H8 DSP. Very nice little piece of software. So if you want to go full Hertz, then yeah, also look at doing their DSP. It's nice stuff. They put 10s in the best bass guitars. Amps. Okay. I mean, milli power amps are good. Yes. I'm thinking of going with Comp VT downfiring for hatchback. Stop thinking that right now. Stop. No. VT, never. Nope. Sorry. Love kicker. Hate those. No VTs. RTs, or don't bother. You could do a Comp RT all day long in the back, downfire it, do whatever you want, but not a VT. Please don't do a VT. You will be sadly... I don't even know why they still make that woofer. And they know I don't like it, so we don't have to call and tell them.
Rewatch some of the old unboxing. You should do one in the showroom for the Throwback Thursday.
Dude, I don't think we could get in there to do it, to be honest.
We can't.
Like, it would take us an hour just to clean out the stuff out of the way
stuff
so we could
behind the counter. Yeah, that would be, like... That would be cool, man, but... L7T, yeah, I mean... Ooh. But it's more power.
I mean, I'm thinking he was looking at the VT. I think he was looking at... I mean, when someone says VT, I automatically think, I don't have a ton of power. I'm kind of going for a price point. Because that's why you buy a VT. Because it's like, it's a shallow, very affordable driver. Obviously, one L7T would do the trick.
Right.
Especially if you get like a 12. So...
An RT with a passive radiator.
That would be the preloaded box. That sounds good. I like that. I'm waiting for them to come out with. Once COVID's over, we'll finally probably get the L7T preloaded box.
I heard Paul going to expand the available on off product again. He wants Blackburn.
No.
That's awesome. No, we already.
He probably would.
Oh, he would.
He would. Yeah. But I mean, honestly, right now, people are. I mean, you buy whatever you can. I mean, dude, this is the craziest time ever.
We have so much stuff, man. So much stuff. Oof, it's insane.
It's fine. Okay, nothing against the Helix V8, but it's basically the same as a Forza. I mean, when you look at power, performance, and everything it does, it's okay. Basically, it's Helix's version of an Audison Forza is the V8.
All right, so this one right here. Hang on, because this one was right there. After how many years you should rewire your install?
Why would you have to rewire or install? Basic maintenance is really all you need to perform on your install. So, for example, pop the hood every now and then, check your fuse holder, make sure that there's no melting, make sure there's no discoloration around the fuse on the wire itself, make sure there's no corrosion on your battery. I would just be happy if people would pop their hoods maybe once a year and just make sure there's no blue stuff growing on their battery. That would be a big help for us.
Sean actually make a good point. Like, if the first install you did it with, CCA wire, then definitely you have to upgrade it with the...
Well, that's the thing, though. You do some visual inspection.
Mm-hmm.
So as long as, check the connection points. Make sure, take a screwdriver. Make sure everything's nice and tight. If those are all fine, then there's really not much else to do.
Mm-hmm.
Even if you did CCA, on a small amplifier and there's no corrosion anywhere...
Do you remember... This guy came with, I think that was a Lincoln Navigator. You did a full crazy right in the middle amplifiers. He came here just to something that was loose or something.
I don't remember.
And that was like, I don't know, you told me, oh dude, I did this like many years ago and still playing. Like.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was something in the middle, like a big arch.
It was a Tahoe.
Amplifiers.
White Tahoe.
Hey.
Yes, the
same thing.
Cedric's car.
There you go.
CED, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was diamond amplifiers.
Exactly.
Had a
diamond
battery
amplifiers, yes.
Yeah, I did it probably 15 years ago.
And still playing.
Yeah.
Nothing. Yeah.
Your suggestion on mid-level Morel set of components, thanks. Virtus. The 602 Virtus is very popular. That's kind of mid-level. The best bang for your buck when it comes to Morel is the Maximus. We're going to go down that road again. We just did a set yesterday, and we did Maximos in the rear, Maximus in the front, the Maximus 602 Mark IIs.
Mm-hmm.
Best value as far as Morel is concerned. You get a nice high-end set. You get those sexy-ass tweeters, and it sounded great. We actually did the front stage on a kicker key. It was a K5. So Kia K5
Mm-hmm.
front stage, Morel Maximus off a kicker key, factory radio. Man, oh God, it was just jamming.
All right, 5-star. What has been your experience with the new MB Core separates?
Not a thing.
Hey, they just came out with a nice setup for Jeep, but we haven't do nothing.
Yeah. No. So it was funny because they had the Jeep Bash here, and Tempo Ultra 602s are really nice too.
Yes, they are.
But Jeff got to hear the MB Quartz because he was just as surprised as we were that they were coming out. They were the first to drop a whole Jeep system. And he was like, dude, they actually sounded really nice. And I was like, yeah? He's like, yeah, I was impressed. And I was like, okay.
Yeah. Also, Stefan, Digital Designs. That was the one that we put the DSP, I think.
Yeah. So I have the one Digital Design.
We put one DSP in the Nissan Altima with the Morels.
Yeah, we did the three-way set. The Ultimo three-way set, I believe it is.
Not the Ultimo.
Maximo.
The
Maximus. Maximo three-way set.
Maximo.
Dude, there you go. That's another bargain right there. The Maximo three-way set from Morel. Oh my gosh. Yeah, shout out to Boring Life of Dean and Haley mac and cheese episode with milk. So
Hey.
that was dude,
If
we
you
filmed
don't know
that.
what he's talking about, just go here.
Boring
YouTube,
Life of Dean and Haley.
subscribe, man.
Dude, we filmed that last night. Ate the mac and cheese, sat down on the couch, edited it so I could go up today.
Right
and
there,
I'm like,
huh?
all right, I'm going to bed, man. Jesus, I'm beat. Oh, that was funny. Anyone overseas use Philips brand decks? Oh, good question. I don't know. I got a chance to play with one of those Stinger head units today. Those things are massive. Actually, we have one that we're going to be putting in Gabby's build, so as soon as we can.
In the ground zero
build.
Ground zero build.
Yeah, so we were going to keep her factory radio, and then we were like, we have all these radios.
Yeah.
And then we were mentioning it, and then Stinger was like,
Actually, Jeff.
why don't you?
Yeah.
Jeff was like, well, why don't we use a Stinger radio? And I was like, I don't know. Why don't we? He says, well, let me talk to the boss.
Let me bump my company a little
Let
bit.
me talk to my boss
Yeah.
and find out if they want to put one in the
Right
car.
there.
I was like, okay, I'm not going to tell you no, so it'll have a
Bacon
Stinger
and
radio.
spinach mac and cheese. Ooh. I love bacon.
I would do
don't
bacon.
like
I would do
spinach.
broccoli. I would do bacon and broccoli. I think. I would eat that spinach. Why not?
I don't know.
Spinach.
Spinach, yes.
But I would rather have broccoli.
I don't like
I think.
cheese, man.
Trying to avoid water dripping on the back of my speakers in the door. Oh, where did that go? God darn it. Sorry. I ordered the MVX version of the fast ring made of silicone. Has anyone shown them? Or yes, we've seen them. There's a couple other companies. Metro makes one, buys that same one too. Yeah, it'll work. It'll do what you're trying to do.
Yeah.
Same idea. The silicone. Some people get really excited about the silicone over the foam. Oh, it's open cell. Yeah, okay, it's water dripping on it. It's like we've done hundreds of them.
Yeah.
Wedding soup over mac and cheese. I would agree.
Wedding soup, yes.
I would rather have wedding soup.
Yeah,
too.
no, honestly, the fast ring portion of it,
But no, I like those.
it's just like
those are cool.
whatever. Yeah.
I
like the Metro ones, too.
DQ61 using GTO for turn on LC 6100. When I turn car on, push to start, the ARC3 remote won't power up until I shut car off, let go to sleep, then start again. Yep. So, okay. All right. That's yeah. So the problem with the GTO is that it doesn't always work. All right, and that's because what's feeding it isn't always good. There's a couple other things you can do other than the GTO circuit. Obviously, shutting GTO off and just finding an accessory would be winner chicken dinner. If your car doesn't have an accessory, you could also check out a Ignition 3, ING3 from Amp Global, or PAC, PAC ING3. That uses voltage sense. The only downside to it is your car has to be running every time you're playing the stereo because it uses your car turning on, the alternator putting out power. You could also use a TR4. TR4 is basically a generic version of GTO, meaning it is going to not have all their stuff involved on it, so it's literally just looking for the DC offset and it'll turn on. We use those two things in lieu of the GTO not functioning properly. Sometimes it happens. It's just it's just what it is. But yeah, one of those three ideas will solve that issue for you. 2013 Honda Pilot. Any ideas how to add new stereo? Depends on the Honda Pilot, because if it's got that big touchscreen with the nav thing in the center, no.
Yeah.
If it doesn't, high 10. I've seen people put a high 10 in there because it's a single DIN with a big screen. So they make a single DIN kit for that car, and so you could do a high 10 or you could do a Pioneer radio.
All right, so the 602s are 140 watts, 91 dB sensitive. The tweeter will be in the cell panel mounted off axis. Or is this a bad idea?
No, it's not a bad idea. No, you could do that. Keep in mind when you're looking at Morel, the sensitivity is always going to be low because they have the giant voice coils. So They are not the most efficient speakers on the face of the earth by design. They like power. So that's what gives them that sound, is that lack of efficiency. It's kind of cool. Where are we at? Okay, we're doing good.
Yeah.
We are doing good. Pardon me. Hit it. Audio Frog versus Vocal versus thoughts on best accuracy and sound quality. If you're looking for accuracy, I would probably. Okay, keep in mind. I know anything I say is gonna. Okay, they're both. We're talking. They're both way the hell up here. I think if you're trying to do like the most realistic sound, meaning sound like, then I think you're gonna do the Audio Frogs, just because. The Vocal is nightclub, man. It's party. It's live. It's loud. It's very, yeah. Ooh, give it to me. The Audio Frogs are all that, but they're more natural sounding, more realistic sounding, I guess would be the word you're trying to come up with.
Audio Frog.
So I would probably go with the Audio Frog in that regard.
Okay.
So, plus,
Yeah.
you get to talk to Andy, which, that's always fun. Yeah, love doing that. It's just a lot of fun there. What size front door speakers in a, what was that? In a 04 Scion TC, keep seeing and hearing all different sizes, and what size in the rear? Yeah, that's a tough one. So, when it comes to speaker sizes, head over to metroonline.com. All right, so for those of you who don't know what I mean, head over to here, metroonline.com. That's the third one down. And the reason why you want to head there is because they have speaker brackets. And those speaker brackets will be listed for your car, which will then tell you what size speaker you need, because the speaker brackets will give you that information. So there's not just going to be a call it easy, plug right in. But yeah, do that. Pioneer also has a speaker guide on their website. Audison thesis, mids, and tweets. Now you're just throwing it out there, Jason, to be silly.
Yes.
All right, so we're just going to say for the wins. Do you still use the DMRTA? Constantly, yes. Anytime we tune a car, we break out the DMRTA. Love the DMRTA.
Helix DSP, huh? Okay.
I don't think I could function without the DMRTA, to be honest with you. It's just a part of life. I mean, yeah. And that's why we have more than one of them, because it can't ever be broke, ever. Not that it would, but I mean, I still have the beta one. I think that's in that box, which is, pretty awesome. But
do you have any 6x9 component set recommendations?
I have a lot of them. It just depends what you're trying to do. I mean, there's definitely a lot of 6x9 components out there. Depending on
what type of car,
what type of sound you're going for, that's where it's going to become, or whether you want, so there's a lot of questions. Which ones do I use depends on the car and the customer and stuff like that. But Alpine makes 3 versions of them. Morel makes a version. Vocal makes a version. Audison makes a version. Kenwood has the 3.5 and the 2.5 version. Sure, I'm missing somebody. Kicker has a version.
Yeah.
So there's plenty of them out there. It's just a matter of what sound signature you're looking for. So I bought
Bought a set of 6.5s.
So I bought a set. So I bought the Rockford 5-channel 1000-watt amp. It's 4 gauge, not enough power for it. I feel like things are going poorly with the amp, and I don't know why. So they make 2 different versions of the 1000-watt amp. They make a punch and they make a power. Both of those amplifiers, 4 gauge is plenty for. However, your electrical system might also suck too. So that would kind of be where you need to start, meaning what kind of car did you put it in? Have you checked the ground plane of the car? Is the ground plane adequate? Meaning you ran a 4-gauge power wire back, but up underneath the hood, is there an 8-gauge ground coming off the battery going to the block, or is there an 8-gauge ground coming off to the frame? If there is, you may need to update that to a 4-gauge. Get more power through the car. The big 3, as they say. So there's other things you can do other than just worry about the power wire. So start looking maybe at the ground plane and seeing if the ground plane is up to snuff. Also, how old is your battery? When's the last time you replaced it? Is the battery 3 years old or more? If it is, time for a new battery. That could be the problem too. You could be just like straight lining off the alternator. So there's a couple things in there you can play with that you can, check out. And also, what kind of 4-gauge did you get? Did you get copper? Let's hope so.
Hope so. All right, I bought a set of 6.5 JBL coaxials for the box. JBL coaxials. The box says it has a built-in crossover. My right speaker is louder than my left, but when I had the factory speakers, they sound even. Is any way to fix that?
Well, yeah. So first off, we need to find out what speaker it. Swap the speakers would be the quick answer. Swap the speakers, see if the problem changes. If the problem changes, it's a speaker, you got a bad speaker. If the problem stays, it's not the speaker, it's something wrong with something going on in the car that's causing the problem. And then you can figure out what's going on from there. Hold on, there was something I saw here. Does Alpine have plans to update their XRJK? All right, here's what you need to know about radio manufacturers and updating any of their equipment, and this is all 12 volt. All right, right now when it comes to 12 volts, all manufacturers are concerned with are staying the course, meaning trying to build enough product of their existing product line to fulfill all the orders. New products, they're not even thinking about new products. Most manufacturers have taken whatever was going to happen in 2022, 2021, 2023, and they've just pushed it way back. So don't plan on seeing any really new products coming to the market until probably late 2022, maybe 2023, as far as things that are not developed yet. If there was something that was already in beta phase, then yeah, those will drop and we'll see those. There are some manufacturers still have products that are going to drop in the marketplace. But as far as updating existing things, man, there isn't enough electronic parts on the planet to do that right now. Like literally not enough parts on the planet right now. So that's where we're at. Everybody would love to come. I mean, it's not going to happen. I mean, so yeah, it's going to be kind of a boring couple of years as far as product releases go. I mean, just look at Sony just released the new ES line, and we only got the speakers. We didn't get any electronics. And there's electronics that are coming out. We know there's awesome electronics coming out, but we didn't get any of them because there's nothing we can do. We can't get the parts to make them. So be patient. Buy what's available now and just learn to love it.
Looking to do subs behind the rear seat on the Toyota Tundra double cab 2018. I want to keep the underseat toolbox, so not a lot of room, but I think 8 base 2 will work. Any recommendations?
That's the big one?
It's the big one. I think behind the seat you can fit.
There was a toolbox under the seat.
I don't know.
Oh, is that the previous?
Under the seat. It's a 2018.
Is that the old body style? I thought that was the one we always worked on. That's the new one,
yeah. I mean, you might have a toolbox. How's there something
underneath the toolbox?
I don't know.
I'm confused.
Yeah.
Either way, head over to mtiacoustics.com. That's MTI, and see what they list for that. That's where we,
yeah.
They make great truck boxes, so that'd be a good place to start. There you go. You got a deal.
Nice.
LC2I or key lock. Depends what you're trying to do. But the key lock has the ability to DEQ. So if you're dealing with something and you need de-equalization, then obviously the kicker key lock would be the better bargain. The better move. So it just depends what you're trying to do. They both do whatever they do, and they do it well. It's just how much criteria do you need to fix. So if you're going to do mids and highs, like, and you have standard 2-channel audio, and you're really worried about it, like sounding great, you're gonna do equalization, DSP, stuff like that, then I would probably look at like, you know, getting with that one, the kicker. What's a good speaker to go with on a slingshot? Loud marine stuff.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys. Another great show. Enjoy your day off. Sunday. Woo! All right, guys. That takes us to an hour. I know, right? It goes by so fast. It's always so much fun. Let's go through the laptop here and just kind of clear off what we've talked about here. Make sure if you're not a subscriber to SideJag, you become a member of SideJag. Every week we have a guest. This week's guest is going to be Fro's House. We're going to review a movie. We're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about life and have just a generally good time. It is on Thursday nights at 9:45 Eastern Standard Time. It's exactly 15 minutes after we are on the Hi-Fi Network doing Reverse Polarity. So if you're interested in movies and just guy stuff, check it out. DNF Tool Drawer is a place you can go and find all the cool tools that we use. That is at dnftooldrawer.com. Scroll down, and if you see a tool in a video and it's not on here, just let us know. We will add it. But most of the stuff that pretty much all the stuff we use daily is located here. And then if you want to get some cool 5-star swag, head over to teesprings.com/store/5-star, or just do a search for 5-Star Car Stereo. And of course, we have a bunch of 5-star apparel on there for you to choose from. You know, run DNF, baby. If you're a Jeff Smith fan, you can pick up the Jeff Smith shirt. There's a lot of neat stuff. Or you can just pick up a cool Boring Life shirt. Who doesn't like the Boring Life of Dean and Haley?
Yeah.
And if you're not a member of or subscriber to the Boring Life of Dean and Haley,
subscribe.
You should, because we're almost to 1,000 and it would make Haley super happy. And you get to see what's better, macaroni and cheese with milk or water.
Ooh.
Men on film for the win. I know, right? Ooh.
And if we didn't answer your question, well,
we tried.
It's always going to be
Monday.
Next week or Monday. Check it out Monday on Facebook or on Instagram. Daily. 5-star. 5 minutes with 5-star.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
You guys have a wonderful Saturday night. You have a wonderful weekend. If you're going to go out tonight and party and do the crazy things with your mask off because you got the double shot, and you're like, hey, man, I don't have to do this. I'm going to go party. Woohoo! Make sure you take an Uber or Lyft home so you can be back here Monday. That is on Facebook, where we do Car Stereo Talk with Dean and Fernando on Facebook every Monday night at 6:30 Eastern Standard Time on the 5-star Facebook page. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
But with that, you guys, be good, be safe. We'll see ya.
Thank you, guys. Bye.